So we need to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, his remarkable story, a movie that came out on his rise literally this week. The pick is in, so we will put a pin in that thought for just a moment. Let's find out who will be joining Giannis, Chris Middleton, and the crew in Milwaukee.
With the 24th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select MarJon Beauchamp from the NBA G League's Team Ignite.
I love this pick.
Not to mention, this young man has a tremendous story, soaking in this moment with his family.
Let it out. Let it out.
It has been an absolutely remarkable journey.
People don't realize what it means to get your name called on draft.
MarJon Beauchamp, he grew up in the heart of central Washington, 60 miles southeast of Mount Rainier. So chasing the summit, it's been something that's it's come naturally to him. He tried various routes to reach tonight. He attended 3 different Seattle area high schools, traveled to the Southwest for a 4th and final high school stop in Glendale, Arizona. In 2020, he committed himself to rigorous training instead of college, and then in 2021, the trail led him back to Washington and Yakima Valley College, where he appeared in 12 games for the Yaks. He signed on with the G League Ignite for the 2021-22 season, and just was a breakout star. You can see the emotion there. Just incredible. He experienced homelessness at one point in his life. I want to bring in our Bobby Marks for more on this wonderful young man's journey.
Yeah, Malika, this journey has been unwinding. It's been to a point where at one point of his career, he thought about just quitting basketball altogether here. And he goes back to college, moves back home, and rediscovers the love of playing basketball. And now he's a first-round pick. So it's a tremendous success story for him. It's a tremendous success story for the G League Ignite that now has 2 players that have been drafted, and hopefully a 3rd in Jaden Hardy here. But just a great story with Beauchamp.
This is a remarkable story, Bobby, as you said. Let's take a look at him heading up to the podium. This is a moment that I can only imagine, Jay, as he clearly is thanking God that he has been thinking of, has been working toward for years.
Well, you mentioned it, just the long journey that he's had to get here, and now it's just the starting blocks for an NBA career. But when he was at Yakima Valley, I mean, he averaged 30 points, 10 rebounds. He's another one of these long-armed wings that can really play. You know, he can defend. He's quick off the floor, athletic, explosive. He's got a ton of ability. But I love what Bobby Marks said about he rediscovered his love for the game. And the fact that he has worked so hard and played so well for the G League Ignite and finds himself in this position. It's really just the start of his career, even though he's had an amazing journey to get to this starting point.
Well, in the Milwaukee Bucks, we mentioned Giannis earlier, just a roster full of guys that have really impactful stories. Bobby Marks mentioned the G League Ignite picks. Tonight, he joins Dyson Daniels as those picks that we've already heard. Again, just the emotion of this family, the moment that they have worked toward for so many years coming to fruition as Adam Silver calls MarJon Beauchamp's name. Just, I mean, what a
talented young player. Is he a guy that could have gone back and dominated in college? Yes. But, you know, when you look at what even a guy like Keegan Murray, you know, averaged 7 points a game year before last, and last year he comes in and averages 24. You're going to see it jump. It's going to take Branham a little while, especially physically. He's not NBA ready today, but he's going to be NBA ready pretty darn soon. He's really, really talented in a league where wings that can shoot it and drive it and finish and defend are in high demand. he fits the suit.
Absolutely. Well, on the clock now are the Denver Nuggets. And they had a little bit of an interesting year, Kendrick, because Nikola Jokic, I mean, put this team on his back without Michael Porter Jr., who was coming back from injury, without Jamal Murray, who was also experiencing injury. We saw him become the MVP of the league for the second time. How do you see them faring next season, assuming that they get healthy?
You know what? They're going to be one of the best teams in the Western Conference. Just remember, when Jokic and Murray are at their best, and Murray tends to turn it on when it matters the most. I call him a postseason player. He kind of coasts in the regular season, but when it matters the most, him and Jokic really become one of the better duos in the league. And we already know Michael Porter Jr., the sky is the limit for this kid. He's a walking bucket. He's getting better defensively. And we all know that Coach Michael Malone is going to hold guys accountable and get the best out of his play.
Well, speaking of Coach Michael Malone, let's take a look at Denver's timeline here, because Nikola Jokic, I love that the team traveled to Serbia to hand deliver. Get this. Actually, they had to carry on the MVP trophy because they were afraid of checking it because they didn't want to lose it. And they got stopped because it looks like kind of like a big glass,
Somebody stopped?
Yeah, they had to stop them. So obviously they were eliminated in the West in the first round. We mentioned Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., they missed the season. Yeah, they had to stop them. You can't have a big glass ball going through TSA. They put it in the PR guy's bag because they're okay with stopping him.
I'm pretty sure TSA workers know about the game of basketball and know what the
They were trying to surprise Nikola Jokic,
But they should have put it up there with the power.
So who are we looking at? We have best fit, we have best available. What do you think, Jay?
Well, the next on the list is Ty Washington of Kentucky, another Buckeye, E.J. Liddell of Ohio State. We mentioned Jaden Hardy, Kennedy Chandler, MarJon Beauchamp from the G League Ignite, and then Blake Wesley of Notre Dame.
Absolutely. Well, the pick is in. Let's see who is headed to join the two-time MVP in the Mile High City.
We have a trade to announce. The New York Knicks trade the draft rights to Ousmane Dieng, the 11th pick, to the Oklahoma City Thunder for 3 conditional first-round picks. And with the 21st pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Christian Braun from the University of Kansas.
I love this. When young men are in the stands and they make their way down for their big moment. And there he is, Christian Braun out of Kansas. That trade that the commissioner announced, our Adrian Wojnarowski reported earlier. But right now, this is Christian Braun's moment. Why do you love him?
Because he fits that system. He's excellent moving without the ball. He's a good floor spacer, and the way that the Denver Nuggets run their offense through Jokic, you need players like Christian Braun.
Yeah, he's a two-way player. He defends at a high level. He can score. He rebounds. He's a good passer. He can put it on the deck. He's not a knockdown shooter. He's more of a streaky shooter, but he'll stick his nose in there. He averaged 6.5 rebounds, which almost 2 of those coming on the offensive end, so he'll crash it from the perimeter. I would say that he's not spectacular in any one area. He doesn't have an elite NBA skill, but he's solid in every area.
I love that.
And he doesn't have great length. He's more in a box, but he's just proven that he's a really good, solid basketball player.
Well, and Michael Malone, he likes those solid basketball players. That's his new coach, and take a look. He had a special visitor in the stands. His coach, Bill Self, giving him a hug.
That was one of them hugs like, I'm happy for you, but you sure make the right choice.
Well, I mean, you want to keep great players